welcome to episode 13 of Lisburn Distillery TV. I'm Lydia Campbell.
And I'm Colin Hopkins. On today's episode, we're going to be concentrating on the Lisburn Distillery Under-20s development team, who currently find themselves top of the Northern Ireland Football League Development League South.
We will also be having a quick look back at a difficult day for the Lisburn Distillery first team when they were humbled 5-0 at home to new league leaders Limavady.
We'll also be looking back at the results from last week's Premier Intermediate League games and also doing a quick review of the games which are happening this weekend, as well as giving you an update on the Colin vs Lydia Forecast Challenge.
We will then be reminding you how you can win your own piece of Lisburn Distillery history in a signed Lisburn Distillery Intertoto Cup, as well as bringing you some current club news.
So first up in today's show, we're going to be concentrating on the Lisburn Distillery Under-20s development team, who are having a highly successful and positive season so far.
For those of you who aren't aware, this season has seen the formation of a brand new Under-20s team who are competing in the Northern Ireland Football Development League.
This particular league allows clubs to play up to 5 overage players, so it means the young players not only get a chance to develop themselves against players with their own age, but also more experienced professionals as well.
A 4-0 victory over Armagh City on Saturday has seen Lisburn Distillery's Under-20s team maintain their position at the very top of the league, and we thought that this meant it was an ideal time to catch up with head coach Derek Dunwoody and a number of the players.
So what we did, Lydia and I headed off to training, and here's exactly how we got on.
Hi and welcome to Lisburn Distillery's training ground, where Colin and I have made the trip to catch up with the club's very promising Under-20s side.
First up tonight, we caught up with the head coach of the Under-20s, Derek Dunwoody.
So Derek, this is your first season at Lisburn Distillery, especially with the Under-20s. Where were you last year, and if you would just like to share with us how you came to be involved with the Whites?
Well, last year I was at Woodville Under-19s, and previously before that I've coached in a load of junior football with Shankill Juniors for about 15 years, and I've also coached around a few schools and that for the AFA.
And then, was it through Geordie and Mac that you came involved here, or was it through somebody else?
Yeah, I've knew Geordie and Mac a long time, through coaching kids football and what have you, the Cabs, so yeah. Okay,
so they got you involved. In terms of the league then, this is the first time there's been a Northern Ireland Development League. How have you found that in comparison to other leagues that you've managed in?
Yeah, the standard's been pretty good, but preparing for games and that's a bit awkward because you don't know what team you're going to be playing from week to week, and even with my home squad you don't know if Geordie or Mac's going to come knocking on the door looking players or what, so the standard's good, but it's pretty difficult to know what you're coming up against and what have you.
I suppose that's probably a good thing as well, though. If the guys in the first team are knocking on your door and saying, "Can I have a couple of players for the weekend?" Does that tie in with your hopes and expectations for your team and the players that you manage?
Yeah, well, at the start I found it difficult because I'm used to having the final say on the players and that, but now I've come to terms with it. It's a good thing, and that's the main thing that we're here for, like to try and get players into the first team.
Have you had any players who you feel have been your most improved, or any standout players?
Young Daniel Hamilton has been very good, and Thomas McCoubrey, Paul Martin. There's 6 or 7 of them has been up involved with the first, so it's been all good. Like.
It's been great to see from the first team perspective, in that those players are making the step up. So it's good to see that the future is very, very bright here at Lisburn Distillery. So thank you for speaking to us tonight, Derek. So guys, if you just want to start off by telling us who you are, what position you play, and where you played before you came to Lisburn Distillery.
Yeah, I'm Daniel Hamilton and I am a striker, and last year I was playing for Glenavon Under-19s.
I'm Thomas McCoubrey. I play striker as well, and last year I played for Woodville FC.
Brilliant. So we bit of a mixture there where we're playing. How have you found this league? It's the first year of the Northern Ireland Football Development League. How have you found that individually as players?
Yeah, it's a competitive league. I think so far we're top of the league, so we're doing well. If we keep going, keep winning the rest of our games, we've got a chance of winning the league.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, it's went well. Every game's been hard, every game's been difficult, so yeah, we're doing well, top of the league, as Daniel said, 3 games to go, so hopefully we've won them all, then go on to win the league.
Brilliant. So we're very close there then. So Daniel, you're both strikers. Daniel, you've scored 12 goals so far this season. That actually makes you the club's top goal scorer. So a wee bit of pressure there for you to maintain that. Do you feel that there's potentially a first team opportunity coming up for you?
Well, I've been up with the first team a few times now, and I got on once. And I think if I keep working hard and keep scoring goals, then I'm going to get my opportunity eventually, so I'm just going to keep going and see how things go.
And then Thomas, you similar sort of idea there. The purpose of this development league is to prepare you for the first team. What are your expectations and hopes individually as a player?
Well, hopefully keep performing well and eventually make it up to the first team. Probably catch Daniel by the end of the season with the goals, and I'll be top goal scorer and then get up to the first team. So yeah, that's the plan.
Sebastian, how many are you on at the minute?
I'm on 9 at the minute.
9, okay, so it's very, very, very close then. Well, that equals, I think, some of the top in the first team. So you are among the top goal scorers in the club there. So there we go, guys. Thanks for taking a bit of time out of training. I'm sure you are now freezing because you've stopped running. So I'll let you get back to training there. Thanks a lot, guys. So Colin, while it was a disappointing day for the first team on Saturday, there's evidence there to suggest that the future does actually look very bright here at Lisburn Distillery.
Yeah, I'm optimistic from that sort of viewpoint. One young player who's caught my eye anyway, a young lad called Paul Martin, who came on as a substitute against Limavady on Saturday. It's his 4th appearance now, and I think Paul looks like a real good prospect for Lisburn Distillery Football Club.
It just shows you that development team is working in that sense. They are being given that opportunity to step up. Yeah. Well, with this in mind, Colin caught up with Paul Martin after the game on Saturday. His interview will be followed by the match highlights.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much for coming out to join us today. It was a difficult afternoon for the club. I mean, you came on there as a sub during the match. I mean, what did you make of the event on the day?
It was a very tough game, being for 40 minutes, I thought we were in it. The goal just before half time to go on up, and then slow start second half, and then the red card killed us. They kept the ball after that, and game's gone.
Yeah, there's no doubt Limavady's a good side. I mean, that's as good as we've seen this season.
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the top sides, and they'll be up there fighting for it come the end of the season, definitely.
You've been making sort of steady progress. So you started off in the under-20s, you've now had a few games for the first time. How do you find that development coming along from your aspect?
It's brilliant. Derek said to me at the start of the season there'd be opportunities with Mac, and when I come in, and Mac's been brilliant with me. He's brought me in the Port Stewart game, and did alright there, I think, and he's given me opportunities since, and really grateful for him for that.
What are you looking forward to in the future? More games, possibly?
Exactly that, yeah. Hopefully next season kick on and go for a promotion, and hopefully I'm a part of that and part of this club.
Paul, thanks very much for taking the time to come out to see us today. Appreciate that. Thank you.
So Colin, yet another difficult day then here on Saturday.
Yeah, very difficult. That's 3 defeats in the bounce now after going so well for so long. We've just sort of had a bit of a slump, but wasn't a good day on Saturday, let's be honest about it. I mean, having said that, for 42 minutes the score was 0 each and we were well in the game. There wasn't much between the two sides. Yes, they had the better of the play, they created more chances, but we were defending well and it looked like we could maybe nick something, but then all of a sudden you concede 1 goal just before the break. You come out in the second half, and then we started off once again second half okay. We conceded then the second poor goal against the second one, and then an absolutely needless red card by Stephen Hislop, which to be honest killed the game as far as I was concerned for us, but one of those ones we just put to bed and we just move on from it.
I mean, it is disappointing losing at home 5-0, but there are a couple of things we should bear in mind. I mean, this is the same Limavady team who won the league last year.
Yeah.
The reason they didn't go up was a licence issue. It was nothing to do with the actual football. They've already won 1 cup this season. They're still in the Intermediate Cup.
Yeah.
Looking very likely to at least progress further in it.
Yeah.
It is disappointing, but we played a very good team.
Yeah.
Very, very good team.
I'll be honest, I think they're as good as we've seen this season, to be honest. I think we don't have to play them every week. But it's, as I say, we just put it to bed and we'll move on from that.
Yeah. Well, with that in mind, our game this weekend is actually again at home here at New Grosvenor Stadium, and it is against Newington, who we've already played this season. So that is this Saturday, that's the 4th of March, and kick-offs at 3 p.m, and we would love to have as much support as possible to just get the boys back on the winning track again. It's now the part of the show where we review last weekend's results in the Premier Intermediate League, as well as having a look forward to this weekend's games. So once again, a truly bizarre set of results, Colin.
This league is so unpredictable.
Yeah.
The results are just all over the place. I mean, two results, especially last week, just jumped out at me. Donegal Celtic at home to bottom side Sport and Leisure. You'd have thought home banker, but they lose 2-1. We then have Queens, who went to Tobermore, were drilling 3-1 with 87 minutes on the clock and somehow managed to win 4-3. I mean, what other league in Europe would you see that happen? Not too many, so
bizarre.
It's a really, really bizarre league, to put it mildly. But it's enjoyable all the same,
yeah.
But it just shows any team can beat any team in this league.
Really entertaining.
Very much so.
Well, how has that impacted our own score challenge then, Colin?
Well, the good news is, Lydia, this time around, the results were so freakish you did not score any points at all. 0, 0.
Okay,
absolutely
right.
None.
But if I'm right in thinking, you got the same? Yeah, okay, so you got 0 as well.
It was a goalless draw.
So another
Desperate.
week on, and I am still 16-10.
16-10 ahead, I think. Well, nobody can blame us for not calling some of those results, but that's where we are at the moment.
Still winning.
You're still winning. And the time and the clock is ticking down, so I've got to get a move on. Anyway, let's look at the comes for this particular week. For those who haven't been watching the show, Lydia and I have a sort of an ongoing challenge to try and correctly predict the scores and the outcomes of the matches. And if you get the correct score, you get 3 points. If you get the correct forecast, like a home draw or away, you get 1 point. So, and there's also a forfeit on this one as well, as you're probably aware. Forfeit this time round is that if I win the actual competition come the end of the season, Lydia's going to have to wear a fantastic Chelsea shirt, and if Lydia somehow wins it, I have to promise to wear a Fulham shirt. So we'll see exactly how that pans out towards
but
the end
I'm
of the season.
closer, so it's all good. It's all good.
All good for the moment. Okay, 3 games this week.
Yes,
Do you want
let's
to
have a little look.
start the ball rolling?
Yes, so I'll start us off. So Donegal Celtic v Limavady. That's going to be tight. Okay, so
It's a real tabletop of that
so
one.
I'm just having a little look at the table here, just to help me out here.
Cheating.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes any sense, Andy, because you can
Am I
predict any score and it'll be
Am
all
I,
over.
am I starting?
Yeah, if you want to go first.
Right,
Ladies
okay.
first.
So Donegal Celtic have conceded a lot more goals. I'm going to go for Limavady 3, Donegal Celtic 1. Okay.
Okay. is more or less the score I was going to predict, so I'll have to think of something different now. I think Donegal Celtic will struggle to break them down, so I'm going to go 3-0 to Limavady United.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Second one there, we have Dundela Sport and Leisure, and I'll kick off with that one. Dundela defeated last week. They were 3-0 down after 5 minutes last week in Newry, which was a bit of a strange set of result there as well. I think they'll bounce back to winning ways this week. Sport and Leisure have been good, but I think they might struggle to get a result at Dundela, and I'm going to go Dundela 2, Sport and Leisure 1.
I'm going to go 3, Dundela 3, Sport and Leisure 2.
High scoring game. It'll be interesting if that turns up. And the last one there is Tobermoor Bangor. Do you want to kick off with your prediction for that one?
Yes, so Bangor got back to winning ways there. So is that 2 games in a row they've won?
Yep.
Which is very good. It's interesting to note here actually, they are the second highest goal scorers in the competition, equal in Newry, which is quite impressive. So I'm going to go for Tobermoor 1, Bangor 2.
I was actually going to guess that myself, but once again she's beat me to it. I think it'll be a tight game. I can see that one finishing off possibly 1 each, that particular one. So let's see how that turns out.
Okay, right, super.
Okay, we'll give you an update on the latest scores and also the fixtures and results next week when we come on the League 6 episode. So that's about it for another episode of Lisburn Distillery TV.
Just before we go, we would like to remind you of the auction that we're currently running at the club that allows you to bid on this Lisburn Distillery Football Club Intertoto Cup shirt from 2008.
The shirt's been signed by former Lisburn Distillery player Curtis Allen, and if you'd like to own your own particular piece of Lisburn Distillery history, you can bid for it by emailing us on this address now on your screen, or indeed you can contact us directly through our Facebook page.
Finally, we would just like to share with you some last minute Lisburn Distillery news. First of all, Supporters Club New City Whites are hosting a St Patrick's Day quiz on the 17th of March in Lisburn Masonic Hall, and the details of that can be found on the club's website.
And one final piece of news for you tonight is that the adjudicator at Lisburn Distillery, in other words the Distillery Club historian, has had a quick look at the goals from the Sport and Leisure match, and unfortunately Johnny McGaw, we're going to have to take a goal back off you. He's deemed it as an own goal, so that's Johnny's last 1 goal for this particular season. Sorry about that, Johnny.
Devastating.
Devastating. The race for the high scorer goes on.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thanks on behalf of Lydia and myself for watching the show.
Come on, you Whites.